Here we go. Now we're cooking. Look at all these handsome young fellas up in here. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Ahmed. And Katie, I see you. I see you. Let's go. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see who all we got. Let's see who all we got. Okay. Charles, what's up? Katie, there we go. Kai, Jacob Gross. Dang, he's got the whole Oxmoor team on here. Come on. Let's freaking go. Who else we got in here? 43 people. We got Jeremiah, Louie. What's up, Lou?
I'm the youngest guy in the group.
Who said that?
I did. Lou.
Was that Louie?
I'm the youngest guy in the group. Yeah.
That's right. Louie the Savage. Louie's only he's Louie's 65 and holding, but I bet for you young bucks, he probably outworks all of your ass. Oh my goodness. I love that. Well, hey, I see a bunch of familiar faces on here, so I'm super excited. And this is going to be a participation friendly Zoom call. Are you guys cool with a participation friendly Zoom call?
Hey, buddy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what I want to talk about today is we're going to be here for we've got the next hour. We've got an hour on here. I would like to do some. Good to see you, Patrick. I would like to do some training on like objections. You guys cool if you got a little bit better at objections today? Would you guys have any problem with that at all? No? No? Okay, cool. Well, this is the Automotive Mastery Zoom call. Ladies and gentlemen, we do this call every Wednesday. So if you're on our training platform, you have access to this. Every Wednesday, we have one of our coaches that does the call. And today you get the privilege to train with your boy, old Jesse Cloud, the old country boy. I love automotive. I sold cars for almost 4 years, and it completely changed my life forever. Okay. And the stuff that I'm telling you, it's not just theory. It's actual things that I learned when I was selling cars, learning and training from Andy. So listen up. We're going to spend this next hour together, and I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's going to change the way that you think about objections forever. Most of you have been taught that objections are obstacles, that they're roadblocks, that they're the customer telling you no. And that's why there's so many people that's leaving money on the table every single day. Here's the facts, and here's the truth. Objections are not rejection. I'm going to mute you guys. Objections are not rejection. Objection is a buying signal. Let me say this again so that way you can write it down and don't forget. Go ahead and pull out your old pencil and paper so you can take some notes. Objections are a buying signal. Okay? When a customer gives you an objection, what they're really saying is, I'm emotionally involved in engaging with you. Like they care enough that they're going to give you some pushback. Like they're considering doing business with you. But they need you to lead them through the fear and uncertainty that they have. Are y'all tracking? Does that make sense? Think about this. When was the last time, let's say, Patrick, when was the last time you objected to something that you had zero interest in? You probably didn't. You just walked away. You don't text them back. You ghost them. You get up and leave. I'm good. Thanks. I'm gone. See you later. I'm not interested. When you're on the edge of making a decision, that right there, my friends, that is when you start asking questions. Remember this. This is a hack. If you're ever in a situation you don't know what to do or to say, just ask a question. Put it back on them. Write that down. If you're ever in a situation and you don't know what to say, ask a question. Objections that we get, guys. Objections create deals. Think about it. The customer who says nothing, guess what happens? They don't buy. You lost them. You never isolated the objection. You never figured out what the main problem was. That's the one that objects is the one that's about to buy if you handle it like a professional. And here's where most people are losing. It's not the words necessarily that's coming out of your mouth. It's your tone. You can have the perfect script. You can have the perfect word tracks. You can have the perfect rebuttal. You can have them memorized, but if you don't deliver it with certainty and you deliver it with hesitation and uncertainty and like fear in your voice, the customer can feel it. They can smell it. They can smell that you're just babbling bull crap. And the second that they can feel your doubt, guess what? That certainty transfers. And that certainty repels clients from wanting to do business with you. If you don't believe in what you're saying, if you don't believe in the words that are coming out of your mouth, why would they? I want you to understand something about human psychology. Okay? People don't buy logically. They buy emotionally and they justify it with logic. Does that make sense, Ahmed? You guys have heard that before? Thumbs up if you heard it before. I love it. When you respond to an objection and like you have confidence, like in your tone and your belief, and you have certainty and like you have that moral authority, you're not just answering their questions. You're transferring your belief into them. You're giving them permission to say yes. But if you stutter, if you hesitate, if you backpedal, if you're like, let me get my manager. You just told them right there that you're scared. You're not a professional. So right now, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you've ever lost a deal. And you let's say this, give me a thumbs up or put a yes in the chat if you've ever lost a deal, but your words were perfect. I've been there. I've done it. How many of you've lost the deal, but you felt like your words was perfect? You said the right words. It happens. It's it. It happens. It's just part of it. It's because our words didn't land. I like to look at it as like an analogy. I've been boxing since I was 18. If you watch MMA or boxing, like you could tell if somebody just gets stuck with a jab, right? But you could tell if they get hit with a jab and it sticks, like it pops them, it hit them, it connected. That's the same thing with our words. We have to get our words to connect. So check this out. Every single one of you, you've had something like that come up. You said the right words, but it didn't come out. But check this out. That's just because the words didn't connect. That's all it is. The words didn't land. And I'm actually curious. I want you guys to, for those of you that can put in the chat, I'm going to pull the chat up. Let's pull the chat up. I want you to drop in here, like, what objections do you fear the most? Like, what objections do you not like? Like, what objection when you get it, you're like, oh my God, drop it in the chat.
Don't expect them to not objection. They're not objection. They just tell you just don't want to think about it because you didn't do a good job finding what their pain points were. Right?
Getting another estimate. I have more information. Can you send it to me? I need to think about it. Okay. We're going to destroy every single one of these today. Every one of them. I need to speak to my spouse. Ask my wife. Not enough money for my trade. Price is too high. Okay. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Here's what happens when we fear an objection. Your body language changes. Your voice goes down. You start talking faster just to try to get it out of your mouth. You start over-explaining. You start giving them reasons not to buy. Fear is contagious. If you're afraid of objections, the customer becomes afraid of doing business and making a decision with you. But here's the flip side of the coin. We all have a flip side of the coin, Jeremiah. Guess what? Confidence is contagious too. Just the facts. It's just the facts, Oxmoor Group. When you hear an objection, you smile, you lean in, and when you say, hey, I'm so glad you asked that, the customer realizes that they're dealing with a professional. They're not dealing with an amateur. You're saying something that they wouldn't be used to hearing. So anytime you get an objection or have something that normally most people are like, I don't know. Guess what? You lean in, you smile. Hey, I'm so glad you asked that. Once you do that, the customer sees their shoulders drop, they're relaxed. They think, okay, this person has handled this before. I'm dealing with a professional. They're not worried. Maybe I shouldn't be either. Your words are godlike. Use them wisely. Now, most of you guys, you should all have all of our objection training, like for automotive. And you need to master them. And when you first started learning and master them, you're not going to be the best at it. That's totally cool. That's just the facts. It happens. It's all good. But when you can master them, when you can master those objections and get your tone dialed in to where your words are landing, it's powerful. Let me give you an example. There's two types of, let's just use an amateur salesperson and a professional salesperson. Same salesperson, same dealership, same car, same objection. The price is too high. Say somebody hits me with, oh, Jesse, the price is too high. This is what an amateur person would say. Well, we're pretty competitive in the market, and like I could talk to my manager to go see if we can get a better deal for you. You weenie, weak, amateur. You're going to stay making 50 grand a year. You know what a pro says? Hey, Jesse, the price is too high. Totally understand. Let me ask you this. Why do you believe the price is too high? Hot potato, put it back on them. I need to isolate this thing. Why? I need to figure out why they believe the price is too high. That was just a little example. We'll go deeper into that later when we role play. But like, it was the same objection, but there was two different outcomes. Amateur salesperson lost control. The professional gained control and took it back. The difference between those two is, guess what? It's tone. It's your tonality. It's your certainty. It's the authority behind your words. The first response, whether you're on the phone, whether it's your first objection that you get, the first response determines the control, right? We talk about in the training program, you want to hold the spotlight, Bradley, but you want to keep the customer in the spotlight. You guys are going to see this the longer you go through our training. We're holding the spotlight, but we're keeping the customer in the spotlight. And the first 5 seconds after an objection, Dustin, that's the most critical time. That's when the customer is watching you. They're reading your body language. They're listening to your tone. They're deciding whether or not, if you're the expert or if you're an amateur like most salespeople and probably every other salesperson they've dealt with in the past. You flinch, hesitate, you look scared, they take control. Then they're working you in your manager's desk, and your manager's getting aggravated because you're giving away everything. You lost the frame. You lost control. We're going to fix it. It's all going to be fixed today. All you got to do is implement. So if you respond immediately, calmly, confidently, that's how you keep control, and you keep holding the spotlight and keep them in it. You stay in the driver's seat and you lead them through to the objection and back to the close. Get them back on the line. So I want to look at this. I'm going to look at everybody on here. We've got 52 people. Here's what I need for you today. And I know there's a lot of high-level people in here. I know Lou makes $250,000 a year, 25 cars a month, and he's been in the car business for 50 years. Me and Lou's been working together for 2 years. Lou's a savage. Lou works his butt off. Lou is literally an entrepreneur inside of a business. Lou looks at the dealership as this is his lot. The only difference is he doesn't have to pay for the floor plan. He doesn't have to pay for the lights. He doesn't have to pay for all the expenses. All he has to do is sell the cars. Imagine that mindset shift when you're looking from a salesperson perspective and you're like, this is my lot. These are my cars. Except you don't have the headache of what business owners and entrepreneurs have. All you got to do is figure out how to sell the cars. Life is good. Life is good. There's a lot of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. I need you to stop if there's anybody on here, it's time to stop fearing rejection. So if you ever get an objection, get those butterflies in your stomach, that's good. That's not anxiety or nervousness, okay? That just means that's your internal telling you that you're about to grow. I want you to hear this. Every time you get that little butterflies in your stomach, the anxiety, that's not nerves. That's your consciousness telling you that you're fixing to grow. And if we could live in that pressure, guys, that's how we go fast. That's how we get better. Unshakable confidence. It's super important for us to stop fearing objections. We need to start seeing them for what they are, which is opportunities. Opportunities to build trust with the client. Opportunities to demonstrate our expertise. Opportunities to close the deal that most average salespeople couldn't have closed. Let that sink in. I want to go over, I have something written down on my paper here. There's a 4-step process. It's like a little 4-step framework. It's really easy. You can really do it in any industry, but this is specifically for automotive. So now we chatted a little bit about objections and like buying signals. Like every time we get an objection, that's an opportunity to move the sale forward. Let's talk about how to handle them. Okay. So I'm going to give you this framework. It doesn't matter like what objection it is. It doesn't matter what industry. It don't really matter. This formula works because it's based on human psychology, not just sales tactics alone. Okay. So this is the 4-step objection response framework. Number 1. You guys ready? Jacobs, your team ready? Number 1 is acknowledge. Number 2, isolate. Number 3 is reframe.
Okay, here, check this out. This is what you showed me yesterday.
And number 4 is going for the close again. It's close again. I love that. Look at all these note takers. Dang. Gee. We got some winners in here today. Let's go. Now, I'll break this down to you. The first one was acknowledge, right? Acknowledge is like when a customer gives you an objection, the first thing that you do is acknowledge it. You validate their concern. They need to feel like they've been heard. Does that make sense? Y'all tracking? Love it. Beautiful. They need to feel heard. And now don't get this confused with like agreeing with them. Like this is not agreeing with them. You're hearing it. This is empathy. There's a massive difference. Most salespeople hear an objection, they immediately go into defense mode. They start arguing, they start explaining, they start babbling bullcrap, then they start to convince the customer why they're wrong. And the second that you do that, bam, resistance. You're just like every other car salesperson they tried to buy something from. That's why they hate to go into the dealership. Not anymore. That creates combativeness, and combativeness does not close deals. Nobody buys from somebody that they're fighting with. Instead, like when they say something, Chris, hey, I totally understand. You know what? That makes sense. You know, I appreciate you for bringing that up. I hear you. What did I not say? I didn't say, oh, yeah, you're right. You're not saying, yeah, I agree with you. You're just acknowledging that you heard them. Does that make sense, Katie? Good. When you do that, it disarms them. It disarms your prospects. It lowers their guard, and it makes them feel like you're on their side, which you are. But you know what? You're going to give them a show worth paying for. And that's why they're going to give you all the money instead of somebody else, because you're going to give them a show worth paying for. I want every person on the Oxmoor Automotive Group to write that down. Give them a show worth paying for. Give them a show worth paying for. And now I want you to ask yourself, Have I been doing such a good job that they should pay me for it? Like, is when I'm doing a demo, am I just like barely showing in the car, or am I pulling that sucker 20 yards away? Am I butterflying the doors up? Am I raising the hood if it's clean and everything's sexy? Am I giving them a show worth paying for? If not, there's levels to the game.
And if they say it's got a lot, what?
Be different than everybody else. It don't matter. If I was to go into the bank and be like, hey, what do you think about car salesmen? Robbers, liars, cheats, thieves. Yeah. That's just how it's just what people think. But if I was to go and talk to the same person after they had an experience with you, what would they tell me then? Can you guys see can you see the difference? Can you see the difference when you actually become a pro at what you do? This is the good stuff. I love the automotive industry. It changed my life because at one point in time, I sucked really bad. I was terrible. But that same terrible kid that was living without power and water, having to go take a dump in a bucket at 10 years old, that thought that was normal. Now he's at 18, super introverted, scared little kid, still learned how to make his first 100 grand selling cars in his first year. Then doubled it and made just over 200 a second. That guy was built. He wasn't Daddy didn't give me a silver spoon. I barely seen Dad. I'm telling you this because I was a person that was not qualified to have this life, this income. I'm 26 now. I shouldn't be here statistically, but screw the statistics. Show me the work that you're willing to put in. Show me the sacrifices that you're willing to make to become great. And then I can show you your future. But if you don't put in the work and sharpen your skills, you might be good, right? But there's also another level. There's good, then there's great, and then there's unstoppable. And each of you get to decide how far you want to go, how far you want to take it. So now let's go into isolate. This was number 2, the one I told you about, isolate. This is where most salespeople fail. They acknowledge the objection, and then they immediately try to overcome it. But here's the problem. You don't know if that's the real objection yet. Okay? Most of the time, the first objection is a smokescreen. It's a defense mechanism. That's just the fact. We all know that. Okay? The customer is testing you to see if you fold. The customer is testing you to see what you say. So instead of trying to overcome whatever objection that they give you, you've got to isolate it. Does that make sense? Y'all tracking? Isolate. Isolate. You ask a question. Ask a question to find out, is this the only thing that's standing between them buying the vehicle or not buying the vehicle? I'll give you some examples. This one's for you, Cody. This one's for you. Hey, I understand price is a concern, but let me ask you, if we could get the price to a place that makes sense for you, like, is this the vehicle that you want to take home today? Hey, I hear that the payment is too high, but besides that, like, are we good on all the other numbers? Okay, awesome. So as long as the payment's right, you're ready to take the new car home today? Okay, cool. Whether you present on a 4-square, whether you present however, isolate what the problem is. If they tell you it's the price, don't just go straight to price. Let's figure out if that's the only thing stopping them from doing business with us, and then we'll work on price. If it's the payment, which is most of the time in the car business, would you guys agree, show of hands, most of the people are payment buyers? Yeah? Okay. Okay. If it's the payment, we need to make sure. If you're on a 4-square, I don't know. What do you guys do? What do you guys present? Drop in the chat what you guys present. Automotive, what do you guys present? Trade numbers. Okay, so maybe is that like a 4-square, West? Is it like you have the trade, you have the payment, and then you have the whatever else information that you have in there. Buyer's order proposal. Okay. So the buyer's order, a 4-square chase. Okay. So if the buyer's order has everything in it, we need to isolate and make sure that whatever their objection is, that's the main objection. Because if we overcome price and then they're like, oh yeah, but the trade in, I want more for my trade. Well, shit. Now you just worked your desk and now you got to go back and work them again. And guess what? That's the longer that the people are going to have to be in your dealership. People want speed. People want efficiency. They want to be able to get in and get out professionally. And if you sound like a professional, you could strike and execute and make that happen. So isolate, figure out whatever that they say. Okay. So when you say payment, like besides everything else on the deal, like as long as we can get the payment right, you're willing to take it home today. Am I right? Okay, awesome. Boom. You isolated it. It's that simple. Very easy. Don't skip that part. And if you're a veteran here, which I know we have a lot of vets, make sure that you're not skipping any steps. There was a few times when I didn't sell over 25 cars a month, and I was curious, like, what did I not do? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. It was always back to the basics. Every freaking time. Every time, Chase. You know what I'm talking about. Every time I was like, why am I not? What's going on? What's wrong? Like, I'm sharp. I got my suit on, doing all. It was the freaking basics. It was doing this simple shit right here. This was it. So if you've been selling for a while and you're like, dude, I don't know what's wrong with me, go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. What's the basics? Meet and greet, fact find and qualify, build a best friend. Yeah, that's right, Patrick. I never got bored with the basics. Kobe Bryant, the legend, the GOAT. That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, this is good. Okay, where are we at? Number 3. No, I'm going to say this. Most people argue instead of isolate an objection. It's because they get emotional. It's because they take objections personally. It's because they think the customer is attacking them. They think the customer is rude, but the customer isn't rude. They're not attacking you. They're just trying to make sure that they're protecting themselves. You can't blame them. They're scared of making a wrong decision. Think that. We're salespeople, right? People are scared of making the wrong decision. And if we argue with them, that just confirms their fear and their feeling in you. You making them feel like they need to defend their position is combative, and that is not the play to run. Be a pro. Let's go to number 3, which was reframe. So like once you isolate the objection, you need to reframe it. What that means is like you change the way that they're thinking of it. You give them a new perspective. It's like you put your eyeballs into their eyeballs so they can see what you can see. You help them see the situation differently. This is where your experience and your expertise and your professionalism comes into play. This is where you can educate them. This is where you can tell stories, paint pictures, analogies, third-party validation, whatever it is to shift their perspective. For instance, let's just do this. If somebody says, hey, I'm going to rip this whole thing. Hey, Jesse, the price is too high. I think the price is too high. What are we going to do? We're going to acknowledge, right? We're going to acknowledge, Chad. Hey, I understand. When you say the price is too high, do you mind being more specific, like why you believe the price is too high? What is that? We had something to say. Tattooed on our heart. It came out of our mouth. And then if they're just like, well, I just think the price is too high, that means there's no motive behind it. They're just trying to get a better deal. So guess what we do? This is called a reframe. Patrick, I apologize, man. This is completely my fault. I didn't explain our pricing policy to you up front. You see, what I've learned is 90% of our customers, they actually want to get the best price up front. Then the other 10%, they still want to negotiate now. But look, it's 2026. It's the age of transparency. So we actually want to take care of our customers the way they've asked us to. If I was to mark this car up, this beautiful 2025 Silverado if I was to mark the car up $3,000 and then bring it back down $3,000, even if you felt like you won, would that be trustworthy? You see my head? Would that be trustworthy? Absolutely not. You see, I'm looking for just a further relationship than just today. I don't want to just sell you this truck. I want to sell you and your family every vehicle you guys buy for the rest of your life. Patrick, have I offended you in any way by giving you my best price up front? No, thank goodness, man. Sign right here. We'll get your new car cleaned up, gas up, ready to rock and roll. And by the way, who are you going to be the first person you show your new car to? Who is it? You going to be your best friend, your parents? Who is it? Who's it going to be? Do you guys see how smooth that was? There's no combativeness. You just rolled right through it. And I just did all four of the things that I told you guys to do. Never forget, you could do the reframe and all that stuff, but if you don't go for the close again, which is number 4, your punches are not going to land how they need to land. So number 4 is closing again. Close again. That's the step that most salespeople forget. They acknowledge, they isolate, they reframe, and then they just stop. They just stop. They wait for their customer to say yes, and then they sit there, and then they're still unsure, and they're scared, and they didn't follow through. You have to rewrap them. You have to go for the close again. You have to ask for the sale again. You have to give them a clear next step. Like, make it easy for them to say yes. Would Patrick say, have I offended you in any way by giving you the best price up front? In any way? No, thank goodness. Let's go, Pat. Come on. Let's go. So I want you guys to literally assume the sale. And you've probably heard your manager say, assume the sale. But I want you to understand why. Why? Why do you need to assume the sale? You need to act like the objection that you just overcome was handled. Like, you need to move forward with confidence. And most of the time, guess what? They're going to follow your lead. Just like when you turn around and walk into the dealership, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Say you're talking to a customer on the lot, you turn around and go to the dealership. What happens? Anybody know? I'm going to give it a chance. Anybody want to drop in the chat?
They follow you.
Oh, there it is. Holy moly. It's real. It's real, Patrick. Oh my gosh. Here we go. This is good. And I want to share this too. If you ever like lose control, like of your emotions, like you get, I would call it butthurt, or I would call it offended. You know, so some people get offended with little words nowadays. Freaking softies. There's if you ever catch yourself and you feel like emotional, like during like an objection, and it makes you kind of uncomfortable, pause. Slow down. Lower your tone. And remember, like this isn't personal. This isn't transactional either. This is relational. The customer isn't attacking you. Okay. They're not going to fight you. They're not going to kill you. They just have some uncertainty, which means they have some type of, they're scared. Something's wrong. Like they've had something happen in the past where they got triggered and they're just taking it out on you. Don't let them control you. Don't let them change your state. Remember, your job is to lead them through all the bullshit that they're going through to make a decision to do business with you guys. So never let somebody take you off your game. And with that being said, I want you guys to ask this too. What kind of state do you need to be in for somebody not to be able to take you off your game? How do you do that? Well, number one, for me, like if I don't go and do some type of working out in the morning, it's a lot easier for me to get aggravated. And I'm like, this is interesting. Okay. So I know that if I don't do something hard in the morning, as in like running, going for a long walk, hitting the gym, going to boxing like I did this morning, I know that my bandwidth isn't as strong as it would be if I did or didn't. You need to figure out what you need to do to prime yourself so that way you're the best version of yourself when you hit the floor every single day. When you're picking up the phones, you need to put yourself in the best state possible. You've got to, because all you're going to be doing is helping yourself close more deals and make more money. Does anybody have a problem with doing that? Does anybody here have a problem with closing more deals and making more money? I don't think so. So why not figure out what gets you in your peak state? I want you guys to think about that. What do you need to do to prime yourself so that way when you get out to the lot or you're making your phone calls in the morning, how do we put yourself in the best state so that way you're operating at the highest level of frequency that you've ever operated at? I want you guys to think about that and put it together. There'll probably be only a few of you guys that actually do that, but figure out like what gets you rolled, like what gets you fired, like what gets you in a position that sets you and your family up to win. For me, waking up at the same time every single day, drinking my water, going to the gym 5 days a week. And on the days that I don't go, I'm either reading a book and I'm going for a walk. I'm doing something to get the juices flowing. I'm doing something to stay active, because when you work out, like there's a weird science about it. I don't understand all of it, but like it releases chemicals in your brain called endorphins, right? That's what people do when they smoke a cigarette. That's what people do when they do drugs or whatever that is. It releases like dopamine and endorphins. That's the same thing a workout does, except it's natural. It's good. Okay. So figure out what gets you in that peak state. Only if you really want to be a max out your true God-given potential. Like that's the only reason you want to do it. If you don't, then don't do that. But I want to ask you guys a question. So either drop it in the chat or come off mute. Like, why do customers say that they need to think about it? Why do you guys think that?
Just keep going. Keep going.
Sorry, it could be a bad experience. I'm not automotive. I do
They're
door
not certain.
but a previous bad experience.
Okay.
They're uncertain.
Okay, uncertain. What was it, Chad? What was you saying? Uncertainty. Request for more information. I love it.
Oh, I was talking about a previous bad experience. A lot of times.
Totally. Previous bad experience. Maybe they're not sure. Maybe they don't trust you. Tactic to leave. Enough information. Not enough information. Yeah, that's all great. All these are true. But the real reason that they don't feel certain, the real reason is like they don't feel certain. Okay. And it's your job to give them that certainty, Jimmy. It's your job to transfer that energy into them. That's what it is. So I want to do this. Let's go. Who do we have here? Patrick, are you in car sales? Okay, come off mute for a second.
Yes.
All right, Patrick, we're about to grow today. What store are you at? Where are you out of? What do you sell?
So I'm out of O'Fallon Buick GMC here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Love that, dude. So this is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you an objection. I'm just going to say like, hey, Patrick, I appreciate you, but the price is too high. This is on the pencil.
Jesse, I totally understand. Besides the price, are you okay with the payment?
Love it. Great job. You had something to say. We can continue to go down, but you had something to say. That's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to hear. Now let's go to who else is on here. Wes, are you in car sales? Wes Wheeler? Come on, I'm going to hit you with one. This is an easy one. You ready, Wes? Do you know how to do the unmute button? He's on a call.
There we go.
There we
There
go.
we are.
Wes, are you in sales or are you a manager or what do you do?
Don't let the gray hair fool you. I'm in sales.
Hey, the gray hair is wisdom, brother. Come on. I got some right here. Look at it.
Yeah, whatever. You're a baby.
Hey, Wes, I appreciate you. But like I seen that you're $1,000 higher than XYZ Motors down the road.
Well, have you compared the vehicles?
You could ask that magic one question. Hey,
okay.
What you're going to get here is the price okay? Sorry, I freeze up on this kind of stuff.
Good. This is how you get better, dude. Because like I'm sure that how long you been selling? 5 years. Okay. You know what the hell you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that Wes knows exactly what you're doing. But how often are you under pressure like this with a bunch of eyeballs watching you?
Not very often.
Probably not ever, unless you've been on these calls for a while. So this is good. And I want you to understand this is how you grow. And the more that every single one of you people on here, the more that you could lean into this, the better that you're going to get. So you said something, but if you notice, you hesitated, you said, you responded, and you kind of didn't you kind of fiddled around a little bit. That's totally cool. That's totally cool. But remember, what do we need to do? Acknowledge, hey, completely understand our price may seem a little bit higher. The reason that we're actually higher is because we're honestly higher in all the critical areas that are important to you and your family, such as price, payments, and trade-in. So we can't be the highest in all these areas and the lowest in price. Great business just doesn't work that way, Wes. So
I have read this. I've read that script so many damn times, and why
yeah,
I froze
I think
up.
I think I messed it up because I haven't sold cars in a while, but I know the frameworks of everything. I can remember it because it's tattooed on my heart. So this is good. This is growth. This is growth. I want you to go again. I want you to go again, Wes. I want you to push through. I don't want you to hesitate. I want you to say what's on your heart. Hey, Wes, I appreciate you, but I seen that you're $1,000 higher than XYZ Motors across the street.
Well, I totally understand that, and I completely, see your point. But you're going to get better service here. We're higher in all the other we're rated higher in all the other things. So we can't always be the highest in price. We're going to get you. We're going to take care of you. That we're going to get your payment where you need it to be.
Okay.
Been around since 73. We don't make a habit of running people off.
Absolutely. Never revert back to payments. Never revert back to something. Never create an objection. So you know what to say. You just hadn't studied it in a while. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you are going to grow more than everybody on this call because you had the courage to speak up and do one of these. So this is good. This is growth. Great job, Wes. It's time to grow, baby. There it is right there. There it is. Wes, what dealership are you at?
I'm at Kirk Ford in Grenada, Mississippi.
Love it, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. So now let's just rotate around the room. Let's just rotate around the room. Let's go. Let's have one of the Oxmoor guys. The Oxmoor Mazda. Let's see the guy in the purple shirt. Who is that? Who's that guy? Oh, shoot. Okay. Is he ready?
Well, can you hear me?
There he is. Okay. Let's do the who's the guy in the bright purple shirt?
Oh, that's Jacob.
Jacob. Okay. So we're going to let the guy that was just up there go, and then Jacob's going to go.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, what's your name?
Edgar.
Edgar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. I love that. Edgar, I think I appreciate you for showing me numbers. I just think you should give me some more money for my trade-in.
Can I ask you what the reason is for on the trade?
Yeah, I just want to get some more money for it. You offered me 20,000. I want to get 25,000.
Well, I'll say when we do take trade-ins on our vehicles or the vehicles that we take in, we do actually.
Now you can go and role play with the NBA.
We do take them through our service as well as.
And you can tell him, like, hey, I need you to be the most difficult parent question ever.
Step up to the mic. Step up to the mic. Just put your face in it so everybody can see your beautiful face. I can hear it. We can hear it, but just make it clear.
It's on a TV, so I don't really know.
That's perfect. That's perfect. You're good right there where you're at. It's crispy. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, I think you should give me more for my trade-in.
Yeah, so we do spend the time and money on these vehicles. I mean, is there anything with the vehicles, with the used vehicles online, is there anything on your car?
Okay. Okay. Are you on a scale from 1 to 10, are you nervous? Where at?
Yeah, I'm a 10.
A 10? Okay. I love that. That's super. That's okay. This is how you guys grow. This is how you guys grow. It's okay. You didn't say something wrong, but there's better ways to do it. So let's go. You said Jacob's back there?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Big Daddy. Big Daddy in the house. Let's go. Jacob, hey, I think you should give me more for my trade.
Hey, Jesse. So when we do look at your trades, we do put it through a couple of different systems, see what the market looks like and what we have to do to it in service to get it ready to be on the lot. I can see different things in the market of where your car fits. Right now, it looks like this is the best. Do take into consideration you do get tax credit when you trade in the car, so you are getting a little more than what you actually see here.
He had something to say. Would you guys agree? He had something to say. That's perfect. I expected nothing less. But remember, good, great, and unstoppable. All of you guys are fixing to go to unstoppable. Jesse, I think you should give me more money for my trade-in. Well, what do we do right here? Hey, I completely understand. Obviously, money's important to you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If the market said your vehicle was worth $20,000 and we offered you $30,000, you'd probably take the $30,000 all day, right? 10,000 more? Okay, cool. Exactly. So the real question isn't like where we want what we want it to be worth. It's what the market is actually paying for it today. So we actually base our numbers off of live real-time data with highly expensive tools of what these vehicles are currently selling for in the market right now. If I showed you exactly how we arrived at the top value for your vehicle, would you be more comfortable with moving forward with us today? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to flip the old paper around and we're going to show them. We're going to write out the car. We're going to write out the, what is it? What's the service bill every single time it goes to the shop? How much? Oh, he's unmuted. He's muted. The service bill, whatever we spent on it, whatever, what the tires, the reconditioning, and we do all this stuff because Mr. Customer, our job is to make this vehicle like new for you and your family. So if I was to give you 20,000 for your vehicle, that allows us to be able to put the money into it because we're not a nonprofit organization. That allows us to put the money into this vehicle. So that way it's perfect just for like the next person, just like this car is for you right now. So let me ask you this. If your daughter was here and she was coming to buy a car, would you want her to buy a car that's been fully taken care of, fully service inspected, or would you want her to have something that was just barely kicked around and didn't really get checked out? Exactly. So you're passing, you're doing the favor for, you're passing the favor forward. So sign right here. We'll get your new car cleaned up and gassed up, ready to rock and roll for you. And by the way, when do you want your first payments due? Beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month? What's going to work best for you and your family? I just combined like 14 objections together right there. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I just combined a bunch of stuff together and it just made sense. Unless I'm just full of crap. I might be full of crap. I don't know. But can you guys see how there's different levels of like the four level framework that we just went over? That right there, you could do it with anything. Anything. Jacob, who else? Pick somebody else on your team to go. And then we're going to go to, I think the other boy. Oh, we got Pollard Hart over there. We're going to go hit them guys. Who do you got, Jacob? Who do we got? Send them up.
Right here.
There we go. Now we're cooking. Who is this?
Jay.
Jay?
Chase.
Chase, what's up, man? Hey, Chase. I appreciate you for showing me the car. I have a few more cars I want to go look at before I make a purchase.
All right, Jesse, if you don't mind me asking, what are those other few cars that you're taking a look at?
A 2025 XYZ, which is, let's just say that's whatever competitor to what you sell. A 2020, okay. It's the exact opposite competitor car. Stuff similar.
Let me ask you this, Jesse. What are you looking for in a car? Are you looking for a pretty car? Are you looking for the deal?
I'd probably, want the best deal,
The best deal? All right, Jesse. Well, let me tell you this. If I can get you the best deal today, you think I can earn your business?
Okay. I love it. You had something to say, but guess what? Every average person in the dealerships that they're going to talk to also says the same stuff. So we don't want to sound like everybody else. Remember, everybody else thinks car salesmen are bad. It don't matter what everybody else thinks. It matters what they think about us after they meet us. So, hey, I completely understand. Let's say that you already went and checked out all those other vehicles and mine was the last one you were looking at. After seeing all the other vehicles, like, at the end of the day, what would be the deciding factor in which vehicle you would purchase? Would it be the car itself, regardless of the deal? Or would it be the great deal the dealership's willing to give you? Which one? If they say the deal, exactly. So it's not a matter of if you're going to buy, it's when. And when you buy is when the deal is right, right? Okay, awesome. Follow me inside. I'm going to blow you away. If they say, oh, no, it would be the car. So you're telling me if the car was $10,000 more than what you wanted to pay somewhere else, you'd still buy it? Well, no, exactly. So it is the best deal that the dealership's willing to give you. Am I right? Awesome. Follow me inside. Good, great, and unstoppable. This is why we train. So now we're going to go over to who's the handsome on the Polar Honda. Who we got here? Hart. Who we got over here? I see somebody. There we go. Who's this fine gentleman right there? The first one in I can see on the left side of the camera. Who is this guy? Raise your hand. I think it's a purple. Oh, I'm looking at you. You. Larry? Who is it? Is it the guy in the purple shirt? Larry? Who's Larry? Larry, raise your hand.
That's Barry.
Barry, raise your hand. Where's Barry? Oh, there's Barry. We've isolated it, ladies and gentlemen. We isolated it. We found Barry. So, Barry, are you a manager or you do sales?
That's my first day.
Oh, this is my favorite then. So how many days has been your first day? You got like 13,000 yet or what?
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, we just got off the test drive, Barry, and I appreciate it, but we're not buying anything today. We're just looking.
What are you looking for? A car, truck, or SUV?
Well, you just showed me this beautiful XYZ vehicle that you have that's a pristine vehicle, and you just give me the test drive, but you asked me to buy it, and you went for the trial close, and I was like, hey, you know, Barry, like, we're not going to buy anything today. We're just looking after the test drive.
Well, I'm going to get you some figures here and give you something to think about.
Okay. How would you say it if, say, do you know, trial close me real quick. Let's say we're pulling into the dealership. Run me through your trial close.
Park it in Soul Road, please.
Okay, awesome. We park it there. Then what?
Come on in. Follow me.
Is that how you say it? I know you don't say it like that, Barry. I bet you got some swagger, bro. I bet you are just Krispy Kreme. I could tell this guy's good. He just doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to perform. But this, when you perform in this environment, Barry's unstoppable. So Barry, I appreciate you for showing me the car, but like, we're just not going to buy anything today. We're just looking.
All right, I'll get a card for you.
Is that what you would want? Is that what you really want to say, though?
No, I'm going to get a manager for real, brother.
Okay, well, listen. Hey, Mr. Customer, I completely understand. But here's the deal. Everybody has to start somewhere. First, you start with looking, and then you find something that you like. And then once you find something that you like, it's extremely important to find somebody who's going to make you that amazing deal. Guys, that's me. You're looking at it right here, Krispy Kreme Barry. So it's not a matter of if you're going to buy, but when. And when is when the deal is right. Am I right? Exactly. So if I can show you a quick 5-minute proposal that I guarantee you can't say no to, follow me inside. I'm fixing to blow you away. Just having something tattooed. The goal is to get them in the dealership. The goal is to get them in the dealership. And if you can make them a sweet, hot, rocking deal, guess what? Why wouldn't they want to come in? Good, great, and unstoppable. Barry's about to go to a whole new level. Barry, what's your best objection? What's the best objection that you have the best word track to overcome?
What if?
What if?
What if I could? What if I could?
Okay. What if somebody told you that, let's say that they asked you if this was your best price? You're on the pencil, you know, like, hey, is this your best price?
What price do I need to be at to earn your business, sir or ma'am?
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you want to negotiate? Do you get paid off of gross, or do you get paid off of gross, or do you get paid off of units, like volume?
Oh, I just like mini deals.
No, you don't like mini deals, Barry. You don't like mini deals. Barry wants the full pops. Barry wants the big daddies.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, what would you say? Like if somebody asked you, like, what was your best price? If somebody called in if somebody called in to Barry, I know I know you grew up, you had some type of phones eventually, at least in your 30s. You had phones then. I'm just teasing with you. What would you say on what your best price is? And then we're going to ask the guy behind you that looks all sharp with the glasses on and the black shirt and khaki pants. So Barry, we're on the phone. I call about this brand new vehicle, or let's say used vehicle, and I ask you, what's your best price on this vehicle?
Sir, ma'am, what price do I need to be at to earn your business? I'll see if I can get it for you. I never lose
Okay.
a deal due to price, interest, payments, none of that. What price do I need to be at to earn your business?
Okay, awesome. Let me ask you this. Does that answer put you in the best position to close for all the money?
Yes.
How?
Because on what if I'm gonna close them on the payments.
Okay. But what if there was a better way? What if you didn't have to say, yeah, I'll get with the managers and I'll cut the price? What if you handled it and said, like, you know what? I'm actually so glad that you asked that, Barry. Our store does what's called market-based pricing, and research shows that 90% of our customers, they don't want to haggle over price. That's why we put our best price up front. See, we use very expensive tools that analyze our vehicles in the marketplace right now, and then that always ensures that we're priced below fair market value. And according to the stats on this XYZ vehicle, we're priced 85% to market. That means we're 15% below fair market value. And that's probably why you picked up the call and give us a ring today. So not only are we great at price, but we're also going to be high in all the critical areas that are important to you and your family, like price, payment, and trade-ins. And by the way, we be trading something in today. We're going to set the appointment. We're going to get them in. We don't want to just go to negotiating price right out of the gate. We want to get that out of our vocabulary. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like there's another level in Barry's growth? Do you feel like you can hit another level?
Of course.
Okay. Are you logged in and doing the training?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's dangerous, baby. He's dangerous. Okay, so before we get off here, who's the fine, handsome guy in the back there?
Mark.
Mark. What, Mark, are you in sales or what do you do?
Sales manager.
I love it, Mark. Let me ask you this. Let's say that it's the same objection that we just hit Mr. Barry with. If somebody calls in and you happen to pick up the phone and they're like, hey, what's your best price on a vehicle?
I mean, pretty much what you said, you know, there's.
I want to hear it come out of your mouth though.
Okay. You know, we pretty much have to put our best foot forward. There's two ways that you can run a dealership in today's environment. You can be a volume store or you can be a growth store. If you want to be a growth store, you know, you might sell 20, 30 cars a month. You might average $3,000 a copy, or you can be a store like us to where we sell 200, 250 cars a month, but we have to put our best foot forward. If I don't put my best foot forward, you know, we have a digital showroom because of my price. I put one of the best.
I love it. You had something to say, and it was in general of what I talked about, but there's another level for you too. There's a pinpoint sniper level where you're just itching for for you to get on a phone call with somebody. Even if you don't get on the phone calls with many people, you're itching to because you know you can shut it down immediately. This is the good stuff. This is exciting. So I appreciate all you guys showing up today. Did you guys feel like you got some value today? Show of hands, who got some value today? Barry didn't get any value. Oh, Barry got value too. Let's go. Let's go, Barry. Let's go. I love that. Well, you guys go kick some butt. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up. Remember, we have one of these every single week with one of our coaches, and I had the honor and privilege to do it today. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday, and whatever you guys need. If you need anything, text me. See you guys. Go sell some cars. Let's go.
Hold on, Bo. Hold on.